Boom. Keep them coming.
What's going on, everyone? Bobbybarks here, and welcome back to my FM24 Journeyman series. This is Bobby's Journey. This is episode 20, and we are picking up right where we left off, closing out the Euros, coming back to Sao Paulo in Brazil. So we've just finished with Belgium at the Euros, back here in Brazil, and our first game is away to Colo Colo, the Chilean team in the Copa Sudamericano. We are currently 6th, so our assistant manager's been playing the games for us while we've been away in the Euros. Played a number of games which I showed you in the last episode. We're currently 7 points behind Palmeiras at the top of the table, and we have a game in hand, so we have an opportunity to close that to 4 points should we win. All I'm going to do with this episode really is jump forward to the end of the season, and I'm going to show you how we've got on in the second half of the First Division and in the Copa Sudamericana. We'll do a live comment at the end as we normally do, but really this should be a shortened episode because there's only half a season to show you. Just before we do that, we'll just quickly show you the average rating. So we've not been playing too well. It's been a bit hit and miss, but Prestian is doing really well. 7.42 average rating, 14 assists, 19 goals in 29 appearances. He's been great. And then Machuca as Argentinian midfielder, 13 assists in 36 games with a 7.32 average rating. The transfer window's just opened, so I'll also show you any signings, ins and outs. Just before we do that, I'll show you what the last ones were. So Mason was the last person in for 15.5 million. And Giaquinto has left for Porto for 13.75 million. Looks like he's gone while I've been away holidaying, which is a bit disappointing. He was a fairly decent player, so it's a bit of a shame to lose him. Mason is the last player we brought in. I'll just quickly show you him as an attacking midfield left, coming off that left wing there. Looks pretty good. So I'll now jump forward, show you what we've done in the transfer window, and show you what we've done in the league and the cup competitions. Okay, we are back, and at the minute we are in 4th place. There's no chance of us winning the league, unfortunately. We've had a horrendous second half to the season, which I'll show you the schedule shortly. Yeah, we're 3 points behind second and third, who are joint second, so there is a chance, I guess, we could move into second or third place if both these teams lose, but I'm not holding my breath. It would be nice to finish 4th, but Atletico Mineiro do have the chance to go above us. Flamengo finished outside the top 6, so it's the top 6 that go through to the Copa Libertadores. So we've qualified for that, which I think is a very good step in the right direction, but I'll show you the scheduling in a minute. It was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Okay, so I've highlighted the first game, league game, when we came back, which was home to ATG, where we got thumped 3-0. Then we lost to Atletico Mineiro 2-0. We beat SPT 2-1. We lost 3 in a row here with a 5-4 home defeat to Flamengo. I don't know what was going on there, but lost 4-0 to Corinthians. We managed to get a nice win away at Gremio. Lost 4-1 at home to Santos. Lost 1-0 away to Flamengo. Beat Atletico Paranaense. Another defeat here. And then we've been on a fairly decent run since. I don't know what went wrong here. We've just had an awful run of form from me coming back from the Euros. Hopefully that didn't coincide with that. I think I started tweaking with the formation a little bit here. So the tried and tested 4-3-3 that we've been using on FM23 and that I brought here, I've just tweaked it a little bit differently. So it is similar, but I just made some alterations in the formation just to try and strengthen it up a bit, which seemed to work. And I think, since then, like I say, we've been on a fairly decent run where we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins in a row, and then just unfortunately drew this game away here. But I don't know what was going on here. You know, we had well, I'm not even counting that because that's the start of his run. 1, 2, 3 wins in the space of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14 games. 3 wins in 14 games. Horrendous. So that's the league. I'll show you how we've done in the Copa Sudamericano, because his first game back from the Euros was obviously playing against Colo Colo. Well, we went out to Colo Colo in the second round. Again, this was obviously when I come back from the Euros. It's in the middle of this, or at the start really, of this really bad run of form. And this was a terrible defeat away at Colo. We did beat them at home, but we just couldn't recover. We scored late on as well, as you can see in the 84th minute. We just couldn't recover. I think if we'd have got the second goal, I think we'd have gone through on away goals, if that counts in this competition. But we just couldn't do it, couldn't break them down. Not been playing well, and as a consequence, we went out, which was disappointing. But like I said to you in the last episode, Colo Colo are a big team, big South American team, one of the best teams in Chile. So it was always going to be a tough ask to get over them. We also were playing in the First Division Cup in Brazil, so I'll show you how we've done in that. So when we came back from the Euros, we had to play CBR, and we we drew with them 1-1 at home. And I'm thinking, we've drawn at home, we've now got to go away. But we somehow won 5-0 away. So that sent us through. This is the 4th round, so that sent us then through to the 5th round, which is the quarter-final. And in the quarter-final, we got to play against Fluminense. Now, Fluminense are a massive Brazilian team, but they're near the bottom of the table. In fact, they've been relegated already. If you noticed in the league when I showed you the league, they're already relegated, which is huge in Brazil. If Fluminense got relegated, they're a massive Brazilian club. But we did manage to get past them. We beat them away, and then we beat them 3-2 at home through to the semi-finals. Now in the semi-finals, we've got through to the final to play against Atletico Mineiro, and we played against Santos. And if you remember, Santos are the team that beat us in the final of the Sao Paulo State Championships at the start of the season. So we got revenge on them, which I'm really, really pleased about, managing to get through them. We drew 1-1 away at their place. Or did we lose? I can't remember. We may have won 1-0 to be fair. And then we've come, we must have done because it's 4-1 on aggregate. So we won 1-0 at their place, and then we've come to our place and beat them 3-1. So really pleased that we managed to knock Santos out and get through to the final, where we're going to play against Atletico Mineiro, who are just one place below us in the league. Santos were either second or third, one of those places above us, and Palmeiras were top of the table, but Mineiro have beaten them. So we're playing Mineiro in the final. Now, I kind of wanted to do the final as a live com, but I was just rattling through the games, and the final was played before the end of the season. So I played the final without realising, without saving. I was rattling through, and as I'm playing the game, I'm thinking, hang on a minute, this is the cup final. So I didn't save it before the start of the cup final. So I do apologise that I'm not showing you that as a live com. I'm just showing you the last game of the season, which is a little bit meaningless. But we did play the final, which we lost. Yeah. The frustrating thing with this is that we beat them 3-2 at their place. So it's a two-legged final again, and you know I love two-legged finals. We beat them 3-2 away. So when I'm playing them at home, I'm thinking, that's fine. So I deliberately played the away game. We won 3-2, and then I was going to play the second leg as the live com. And that's the bit I just, went into the game without realising it was the second leg. I thought it was a league game. And we lost 3-0 at home. So we are trophyless this season. We got to 2 finals, lost them both. Got knocked out of the Copa Sudamericano in the second round. And we're not going to win the league, obviously. So I think that's the first time in a long time, might even be the first season since I've started doing this journeyman, that we've not picked up any silverware in the season. which is disappointing. Well, maybe when we first started we didn't win much, but yeah, it was certainly the first time in a long time we've not won anything. So it is a bit disappointing, but we are, progressing in the right way. Let's show you if there's any transfers ins or outs. So these players have come in. I've given them all nicknames. I'm starting to lose track of who's who again with the names. So as a Spurs fan, and if you're watching me Tottenham Hotspur save, thank you very much. But as a Spurs fan, I've just kind of named these players after Spurs players so I can remember who they are. So Anderton, Mickey van der Ven, Toby Alderweireld, Pedro Porro. I've not obviously given him one yet because he's only just coming in, or he's just come in, or maybe he's in the reserve somewhere. I don't know. I've clearly not given him a name though. Don't ask me why. And then unfortunately some players have left that we didn't. He was the last one, wasn't he? Some of these were just reserves and youth players that I wanted to get rid of. I gave him the nickname of Rosie after Danny Rosie was a left back. His minimum fee release clause was activated. Prestiani's gone. A bid came for him. He wanted to go. Danilo, who was one of our best centre midfielders, Sporting come and activated his release clause, so he went. So we did lose some players I didn't particularly want to lose, but it is what it is. We need to have a complete revamp and rethink in the summer or the winter in Brazil, and really consider which positions in his team need strengthening and try and use what money we've got to do that, because I can't go another season here without winning anything. But it's whether I stay here another season, and I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm going to let you tell me in the comments section whether we stay at Sao Paulo for another season and try and win something, because I don't really want to leave myself. If it was up to me, I'd stay another season, but I want you guys to interact with the videos and tell me. So should we stay at Sao Paulo one more season and try and win something, or do we go somewhere else? And you've got three options. So Sao Paulo, stay for another season. We've got go find another job somewhere else. Or we've already been offered an interview at a Spanish club, which we're not forced to get, to be fair, but tell me to go for the interview and go for that job. I think if we go for the interview, I'll get the job. But Espanyol have asked me to come in for an interview, and I've not applied for it. They've just approached me and offered me an interview. So looking at Espanyol, they don't have a bad team. They're 8th in the first division of Spain, and it'll be a tough ask to go there and try and compete with the big clubs, because obviously you've got your Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, but then you've got other big clubs like Valencia, Seville, Villarreal, and Espanyol are like a mid-table team really, aren't they? So do we go there and try, that's my finances, isn't it? Do we go there and try and do something with Espanyol? You tell me in the comments section. So, when it comes to average rating so far, Modri, as I've called him after Modric, he's got 22 goals in 38 games, 5 assists. Ginola, 15 goals and 17 assists in 40. And I don't know if you can see these people's real names, so you might remember who they were. Anderson, Javinho Jr. Trouble is, I think they had nicknames already, didn't they? Jose Rapaport is his full name. So yeah, stay at Sao Paulo and try and win something, find another club somewhere else, or go for the Espanyol job. They're the three options. You tell me in the comments section. Right, let's go into the last game of the season and play this live com. Call me goalkeeper Hugo. don't think I can progress. I can't progress, can I, without deciding what we're doing here. So, I'll do the interview live on here for you, okay? And if we get offered it, we'll go. Okay, it's great to be. I have some reservations about regarding the fact that you've never managed in this country. Can you explain why that shouldn't be? I would suggest that my experience in international football, the fact that yeah, we'll go with that one. Why do you want to leave your current job after taking so much good work there? I want to take the next step of my career. What impact do you think your role in international will have on your potential duties here? Are you able to ease our worries about how you've tended to handle the media in the past? I think I've handled them just fine, thank you very much. This club has been underperforming for far too long. Are you the right person to turn it around? I'm a motivator. Would you be able to take charge straight away or at a later date? I am happy to take charge immediately. Yes, I'll work with him. I don't wish to propose any changes. Be happy to work with you. I expect a challenge for the UEFA. Do you think you can do that? I'd go for European UEFA Cup. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, that's fine. No, thank you. That draws that to a close. Okay, I think that should be enough. Normally, when you go in for a job interview, if you say you're going to exceed the expectations, if you agree to some of the terms that they've asked for, that will work in your favour. And then if you try and exceed something like a position finish, they wanted me to qualify for the Conference League, but I said I'd qualify for the Europa League. So that should give me the job, really. They should offer me the job because, like, ooh, this guy can do it, said he'll do everything that we've asked him to do, and more. So generally, 9 times out of 10 anyway, there is the odd occasion when it doesn't happen, but 9 times out of 10, you should be offered the job. It's progressing very slowly through to this game, so I'll cut all this waiting time out of the video, and you'll see me just jump straight there. Okay, I'm just jumping back in here because Espanyol have approached me and I've just asked them to delay it a week so we can get the next game. So they have offered me the job. And now my board is also requesting to meet me because they believe we're doing an unbelievable job and with the right man. So they want to try and keep me. So let's see what these have got to say. We would appreciate if you were willing to reconsider joining another club and stay here instead. We would be willing to discuss making it worth your while. Oh, well, I would be willing to stay if given a new and improved contract. I would stay if the wage budget was more. I would willing to stay if the youth coaching budget was. Be willing to stay if the transfer budget was more generous. Oh dear. What do I say here? What do I say? Let's say that. The board have agreed to increase the transfer budget. Transfer budget increased. I don't know if that means if I've given that job. I don't know what that means. Okay. No, I'm not talking about my relationship with the president. Right, okay, moving forward again. We will jump forward to the game. Okay, we're back for the game here against Atletico Mineiro, the team that beat us at home in the cup final, which was hugely disappointing. Matias Ferreira has been a wonderful player for us. He's a real player, but he's getting quite old now, obviously, given how far we are into the game. But he's done really well. There's kind of that anchor, half-back holding midfielder role. Well, I think his time, if we do stay at Sao Paulo, I think his time here might be over. Oh, Ponza, great save from Ramirez. I think Ponza is going to be one of those players that gets targeted by bigger clubs, European clubs, shortly. We're doing alright. Ferreira out to Francisco. Putting it in. Just can't find that clinical finish. Beraldo's another real player. He's leaving. He's already agreed to transfer with another club. His contract expires. Francisco intercepts. Ginola Ponza puts it well wide. Man's got a finish in like 16, 17. Wouldn't think it, would you? He wants to come off though with his tight hamstring. Have I got Hurtado on the bench? No, he must be out. He looks alright though, doesn't he? He's not. I know his fitness is a bit low, but he's not injured, so you're going to stay on for the minute, Ponza. We'll reevaluate it at half time. It has been all us. Dominated possession, chances, key highlights. Well, that's a bad pass though. Oh! Ponza plays it across. Oh, God, what is with the finishing? Come on. Tried to fire him up a little bit. Going into the second half. I always feel like I'm firing this team up, aren't I, at half time? Whenever you guys come to watch, it's just flat, like nothing's happening. Ugh. Batata. Hakuna Batata. Is it batata or potato? You say potato, I say potato. Oh dear. Come on. Shout some words of encouragement. Oh, they've got a free kick now. Oh, it's 2. Goodness me, what is he doing? He's having a shocker. Shocking game. Yeah, we're going to have a... If we stay, obviously you've got those 3 options, you tell me. But if we do stay, we're going to have a complete revamp of this team in the off-season. It's just not performing at all. We've had this decent run towards the end of the season that's helped. It's kind of masked, I feel, over the issues, given how horrific that mid-season run was. And I think there'll be some players leaving. Some of the players that we don't want to leave will end up leaving because that's what happens in this league. Most players' contracts, they demand a minimum fee release clause for European clubs, and European clubs can usually meet that. You know, because it's not much. We're talking somewhere between 10 and 20 million most of the time. So that is it. I'll jump forward just to see if the Espanyol job is still there. I'm not sure if you can't. It automatically withdraws you from it when you've agreed something with your board about staying. Dominic Calvin-Lewin takes charge at Borussia Mönchengladbach. Wow. Yeah, so I'll jump forward. There's the Brazilian First Division. We finished 5th, which is an improvement on last season. So steps in the right direction. But if we do stay, if you do vote to stay, it's only one more season, I feel, and then we're going to move on. So stay here one more year, find another club, or look at Espanyol if it is still there. Send the assistant to that so we can get on with this quicker. I'll jump forward and see if the Espanol job is still... ooh. Ooh. Flamengo job. Tempting. They're the biggest club in Brazil. Oh, that is tempting now. Let's just quickly have a look at the job centre. So the Flamengo job, Monaco job. That is tempting. Ooh. Is it still there for applying for though? Yeah, it is. Oh, that is tempting. Oh my god. I don't want to go back to Serie A, so I'm not going to look at the Udinese job. We've already been there and done that. But Monaco is a very tempting job. Flamengo is a very tempting job if we stay in Brazil. So the option is... the options are stay in Brazil, go to Espanol, who's already offered me the job, or find another job. And I'm gonna hope... No, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. So, you tell me in the comments, stay in Brazil. I'm not going to give you the chance of saying stay at Sao Paulo. Stay in Brazil, because if it's stay in Brazil, I might go for Flamengo. But you tell me, stay in Brazil, at Sao Paulo, or apply for Flamengo. Not forced to get the Flamengo job. Espanol's offered me the job, so go there. Or find somewhere else. And there's some nice options there. Monaco's a nice option. I like the idea of Monaco. I don't like the idea of leaving Brazil before we've achieved anything. But it's a journeyman series. You're not always going to win everything, are you? So yeah, they're your options. Leave them in the comment section. Stay in Brazil, either Sao Paulo or Flamengo. Go to Espanol, or find another club. Thank you all for watching. Really appreciate your view. Really appreciate if you hit the thumbs up if you liked it. Tell me in the comment section what to do next. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Really helps with the channel, with the motivation for me to do this. So thank you very much. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.